this lady wanted to know what was something that you have done to an ex, right? A man, preferably, whether it was your husband or whether it was a boyfriend, that you found out you guys are living together and you found out that he cheated on you or whatever the case may be, but you ain't let him know. You just decide to do something wicked to him, right? And the reason why I listen is because she said she's going to tell what she did to her ex-husband. I laugh about it, was listening because it was funny as heck, and no man should take this personally. She said what she did to her husband when she found out that he was cheating on her. She didn't let him know that she found out, right? She decided, you know what, before I divorce his butt, I'm going to play a little game on him. But, was it a little game or give him a little, you know, whatever she call it. She decided that when she urinate, she's going to take her urine, put it in something and dilute it with a little bit of water, right? And then put it in the iron because he likes to iron his clothes that he's going to wear out or wear to work. And hello, Alicia, how are you? Hello, everyone. Paulette, welcome everyone joining in. She decided to put, you know how he would get water, right? And put in the iron to nicely steam his clothes. So she decided to put water and her urine in the iron. So that when he ironed his clothes, he wouldn't smell the strong urine. But people on the outside would smell it on him. And I said, Jesus, take the wheel. Now that's going extreme, okay? I don't know if I would have ever done something. I don't know if I would have been so bold to do something like that, right? But again, he didn't know that she found out that he is cheating, right? So this is like a kind of like a, boy, I'm going to get you in a kind of way that you're never going to know what's going on. You're not going to know why people wondering if did your wife pee on your clothes? Or did the cat pee on your clothes? Or maybe the dog? And you can't smell that? That kind of thing, right? But I mean, that's a good way of paying back, right? After I listen, I could start laughing. Phyllis said we are doing fine. Yesterday was a daughter that had surgery birthday. Oh my goodness. Well, happy belated birthday to her. Thank God for life. Thank God that you worked everything out there, darling. She can live a long, prosperous life. Indispensable, I see you. Welcome, everyone. Grace say here, there is 2 weeks school holiday from today till the 19th. All right, that's nice, Grace. 2 weeks. Ooh, what do you call that, boy? Is that like a Christmas time off? Selma, I see you. But I don't know. I would have never thought of that one. So all you men that does be ironing, ironing your own clothes every Sunday for the week, you better be careful how you do me wrong here. Not only with the iron. But this one, guys, I can't stop laughing. Like, who puts urine in an iron? But at least she diluted it with water, right? She didn't put the plain urine. Because if she had put the plain urine, obviously, when he started to iron, he would have smelled it, especially when the thing starts steaming, right? Good morning, Valerie. How are you, darling? And I said to myself, no, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. But even though I said it's just wrong for her to go to that length to do that, she ended up divorcing him, obviously. But she just wanted to give him a little bit of payback in her own way before she did it. Without going to him and saying, oh, you cheater, you cheat on me. No, let me make you smell like urine for a while. So that people will be running from you and you wouldn't even know why. Oh my goodness. But I ain't feel bad for that man. I'm going to tell you why. Because the story is that this man married to this woman for 25 years. Here's what he decided he going to do after 25 years of marriage. Okay? He want to go back with an ex-girlfriend that he had. After 25 years, if a man ain't never cooked before in your house or cooked for you, or after to cook for you, not the children, after 25 years, don't take his food, okay? If he come and say he gonna cook for you to appreciate you, but you can't cook. You ain't never cooked. All of a sudden now you want to cook food for me? I would have thought that was weird right there so already, right? And I ain't gonna eat from him. I'm gonna tell him, don't stress yourself, honey. No, But Grace is saying there was a yoga teacher in India. Every morning he was drinking his own urine. What? He was drinking his own urine. Oh. They probably got people that is do that for real, Grace. They might think that it's going to, I don't know what the hell they might think, but I would never drink my own urine. But I'm not going to say never, because if it was a life or death thing that they said, look, this is the only way to cure something, I don't know, Grace. I probably would gotta think about it, you know what I mean? But every morning he would drink his own urine. Okay. Well, I guess that he put his mind to it. But why was he doing it, though? A yoga teacher? Why the hell was he doing it? But me, it's his own urine. It's not nobody else's urine, you know? It's not his wife's urine or a stranger or his kids. So technically it's coming out of his body, but I don't know mentally if you will. That would be hard for me. March in the house. March, welcome, welcome, March. March, tell me, if your husband ain't cooking 25 years, he can't cook. But after 25 years of marriage, he decided he want to cook to appreciate you. Are you going to eat that food? You don't want me to think that that's suspicious. But this one was suspicious, meaning that he had planned to combine her. And what better way to do it in his eyes than telling her that he gonna cook for her. And he actually did cook for her. And he did put something in the food, but that's what I'm saying, that somebody had given her a hint already, right? That he want to go back with his ex-girlfriend, and his plan is to combine her, but she didn't know how he was gonna do it. 25 years of marriage, you never cooked once. Not even for me, nor the kids. But then you want to cook for me? I'm sorry. I can't enjoy that dinner. No, honey, don't stretch yourself. It's okay, honey. No, I'll do the cooking. Don't trust them. I mean, it might be a husband or a man that's sincere, but how you going to trust them? Hey, God, Jesus. Janice Joseph, I see you in the house, darling. Love you too. Good morning to all that join in. Marcy, yeah, that sounds suspicious. Real suspicious I would be. You know what's 25 years of marriage or be with somebody and you ain't never cooked yet? Then all of a sudden, you want to cook to appreciate me? You wanted me, there ain't nothing else that you can go there and do to appreciate me? Man, just go buy me some diamonds. Go buy me a Benz or something to appreciate me. I don't need the food. I don't need the food. Because chances are you ain't never cooked before. You might go throw this food out. So don't waste your time, buddy. Just get me something else, okay? To appreciate me. Grace said here, for some years ago, some boys, they motivate a young boy to drink a very good juice. And the good juice was urine. After drinking, they told him in 1 hour, he tried to wash his mouth. Very sad. Oh, gee, he was trying to wash his mouth for 1 hour. Look, that pee already gone down, buddy. Don't care how much you wash out your mouth. The taste of the urine can go in your mouth, but it already gone in your body. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You're gonna get some laxatives to send you in the bathroom. It doesn't matter. That urine already gone down. You know what I mean? That's probably that woman could have done with that man instead of putting it in iron. Cause putting it in iron and it's smelling on his clothes, but she did good. Cause when it's smelling on his clothes, he probably don't even know that people on the outside, whether it's his workmates or friends, every time he go around them, they can smell urine on his clothes, but he didn't know, right? Because she diluted with water. Selma said, well, when he finished cooking, I hope he has his family and the dogs dinner. No, darling, I'll tell you how that one went. Because like I told you, somebody already hinted to her that he's been seeing his ex, and they think that he wants to go back with the ex. She was like, really? So she already kind of felt weird, suspicious about this. Her own daughter, okay, but the daughter was young, lived at the same house. Her own daughter heard him on the phone, planning with someone, and told her mother that she heard daddy talking about cooking for her and putting something in her food, and she was like, what? So the day when he decided he want to cook, listen to what he told her that was even more convincing that this is what he want to do. He wants to send the kids over to his sister, you know, because he really want to appreciate her. He just want to have this time with just her and him alone by themselves. She already know, but she don't know how she can get out of this food, right? Guess what happened? When the children went, the man set up the table and everything, put the food and tell her, oh, honey, you got to take this call. You go ahead and start eating. I'll be right out, okay? But all of a sudden, a knock came from the door. It was his sister that the children went by. She opened the door and was like, oh, why you here? Like, and the kids by you? Yeah, but your daughter said that she forgot her laptop. So I came to pick it up. Darling, she said, oh, okay. So the woman said she knew right away that her daughter is the one who left the laptop purposely because the girl didn't know what to do. And she said, his sister said, oh, y'all cook. She said, yeah, your brother cooked. She said, oh, is it okay if I have some? And she said, yeah, go ahead and eat some. The wife went and knocked on the door in the video bedroom where he wasn't there talking. He said, oh, your sister is here. She wants to know if she can have some of the food. And I told her, yeah, it's fine. The woman said, you should have seen how he dashed out the bedroom. Dashed out, you know, and come and just flip the table before she could even put the spoon in her mouth. Flip the whole table of food. Right away now, she know that something else. She know that he already done put something in the food right there to poison her. Because when he come dash out, as soon as she said that, your sister is here, she want to eat some of the food. Boom! Now the sister wondered, what the hell you did that for? You know, but anyhow, he played off like something else. And the woman said, she didn't say nothing at that moment because she needed to get more evidence and stuff to take to the police. You know what I mean? And she did, because she said even after that, he kept on trying. He wanted to comply her by putting stuff in the food. So he started bringing stuff for her at work, and she was like, As soon as he turned her back, she said she would dump the food in the trash. When she got a lawyer, had enough evidence, oh yeah, she said she took it to the police. But Marcy, you just scared me. My husband made spaghetti with homemade meat sauce over the weekend. And when I got home, he said, you have to try it. It's better than last time I made. But Marge, okay, do you see what you just said at the end there? It's better than the last time. That means that he's used to cooking. Marge said she don't know it's better. What the hell did you put in it this time, right? But he's used to cooking. This one now, he's not used to cooking. He haven't cooked in 25 years. So obviously if somebody ain't cooking 25 years, Marge, you're going to be wondering, why all of a sudden now this person want to cook for me? 25 years we've been together. He ain't never cooked for you. He ain't never cooked for the kids. But your husband is different. Because your husband cooked the time before. I know he's telling you that it's even better than the last time. So that day is different, Marge, but I can understand what you mean, right? And better be careful of these men, yeah, they're trifling. I ain't no man gonna cook for me. I can't be together 5 years, 10 years, and he ain't never did it before. I would tell you, honey, that's okay. You don't have to stress yourself with it. It's okay. If you want to do something special for me or dinner or whatever, we can go out. You can make reservations and it's okay. You don't have to stress yourself in the kitchen. I'm going to find all kind of reasons for him not to cook. Because you don't know what the hell they're planning, right? And they're planning to combine you. All kind of things going on, okay? Okay, Mari said, but he was eating it too. There wasn't a separate batch for me. Okay, well, you know that there wasn't nothing in that batch. He just wanted to make it and make it even better than the last time. That's different. Because he's used to doing it. You know what I mean? Good morning, Peggy Senior. Amen. Wonderful day. A great day to all, right? Indeed. That's different, Marge. That one I would trust. Why? Because he made it before. But it's better than the last time. But I know when you hear stories like these and things like these, it start making you think like, can I really eat from this person? Or, you know what I mean? Because people out there, some people are wicked. You know what I mean? You don't know what they might do. Especially if they're going to put food on the table and pretending they're going to take a call that time. They even take a spoonful of that food yet. No, darling. No, honey, you go ahead and start. I gotta take this call. Yeah. You ain't touched that food yet. You pretend that when you're about to touch it, you got a call. Hell no. I'm gonna sit there and look at the food. I ain't even sipping what you drank, what you brought to me. If I want to sip something, get myself a bottle of water. Only God know, Marsh. Government shut down. How long? Only God know, darling. Just gotta pray. That's all you gotta do. Pray, darling. There's many people out there, especially them ones that got life insurance or that want to take out life insurance on you. Yeah, you better keep your 4 eyes on them one day. So you better keep your eyes on them one day. So, cause you don't know what the hell they planning. You know, because when you're with a person, they constantly pressuring you and telling you, we got to get this life insurance policy going on and we got to beware of them one day. So here, so yeah, we're going to get it. Yeah, we will. Don't worry, soon. Grace is saying also in one country during earthquake, there was a person 3 days under such a situation. Got saved during this hard time. No food, no water. One moment, guys. I gotta take this. Good morning. Hey. Hi. Yeah, I am. Oh, I can't get you. That's weird. Well, I'm in the hotel. But it says connected. But I don't see you. Okay, I'll share it. I'll share it. Bye-bye. Yeah. So that's sad, Grace. She said, no food, water, drank her. Oh, okay. Well, you see that there, so now. Okay. During this hard time, no food, no water, she drank her own urine. That saved her life, you see. That was a reason to drink your own urine. That's why I'm saying, too, when I sit here and say, one moment, guys, I need to do something real quick. When I sit here and I say, that's weird. Sorry. When I sit here and I say that I don't ever be able to drink my own urine, in a life or death situation, yes, you would, because hello, life or death, what else you gonna do? You know what I mean? You're gonna stay there and let yourself goodbye because you don't want to drink your own urine. It's not like it's somebody else's urine, you know what I mean? So that was a smart move there that she did. You get? So yeah, so I tell you. Peggy saying, Marsh, make sure you eat from his plate. Do like the Africans, right? Well, Nigerian people. Nigerian people, a lot of them eat from the same plate. So, Marsh, there you go, right? Make sure that you eat from his plate, eat together in one plate. Exactly. Because guess what? If he put something in yours, if you eat from his plate, guarantee that he ain't put none in his, right? Same thing, vice versa with the drink. If you give separate drink, separate water, hello, when he take a sip of his, you take a sip from his cup, and he asks you why you doing that for. I just want us to feel like together, you know, like a togetherness. I just want to eat out the same plate. Honey, don't worry, you don't have to, don't even tell him nothing about separate the plate. Don't tell him, because then he can, especially if it's somebody that want to do something to you, you can't hint them ahead of time, right? We can eat up the same plate, babes. It's okay. You can drink up the same glass or same cup. Don't alert them, you know. Mara said, my husband used to make homemade pizza, so I have to remind him. Okay, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Your husband used to making stuff. But if you, like this lady here with a husband for 25 years, he ain't never made nothing. No, most of that money never cooked nothing, not even breakfast for her and all the children. All of a sudden, now after 25 years, you want to appreciate her. You want to appreciate your wife after 25 years. And all you can think about doing is cooking. Because you already got a plan to sending the food to go buy her. Can you imagine? Just because you want to be with another woman, yeah. Just go with the other woman. Just go about your business. Because you either go with the other woman or you're going to jail. Because even if he had, you know, got into a place to buy her, guess what? His butt was still going to go to jail because they would have figured out that it was him. When they run testing and so forth, you know? Mary, don't be paranoid. Darling, don't be paranoid. If I were you, I would have been paranoid if my husband wasn't used to cooking. And then suddenly, all of a sudden you want to cook to appreciate me. Yeah, I would just feel like, really? But you don't have to do that. Margaret's saying a lot of men do like to cook. Yes, but then there's some that don't. Some of them you with them for many years of your life, whether you was with them before marriage and then after marriage now, and they never cook, not even a day in their life. A lot of men are like that too. So am I saying that every man that's like that and then suddenly they want to come and appreciate you by cooking for you, you should be suspicious? You shouldn't be. But after hearing this story, I would be, okay? I'm just saying. And then what about the men that find out that you cheating on them and they ain't come and tell you nothing? Tara, good night, your time. What about the ones that you cheating on them and they find out and they ain't come and tell you nothing, but they plan for you? How are they planning for you? Only God knows. Because they might want to plan for you and give you some sort of payback before they exit, before they divorce you, right? Just like this woman that found out about her husband and didn't say nothing. She just planned on him, but she didn't plan to go by him because she know that she probably don't want to go to jail. But she just want to make him stink for a little while. She didn't say how long she put the urine, the diluted urine, and the iron, but she said she did it, and he didn't know. He didn't know. Marveline, how are you doing, darling? Welcome, everyone. So beware. I'm just saying. Peggy saying, I told my kids to buy insurance on me. They froze and tell me to stop saying that. I told them to wake up and smell the coffee. Yeah, but maybe, I don't know, telling your kids to buy insurance on you, it might seem weird to them, even though to you, you just want them to do it so that, you know, they will have something when you're gone. But some kids probably would feel weird. I would, if I was your child and you said that, I would be like, what? Buy insurance on you? Because you know they got children out there that they could pay their parents over insurance money, right? Oh, yeah. The moment they know that their parents got some big money or that they could, you know, collect cash out large if you're gone, they will plan stuff. They would, you know? But not saying that your children are like that, but there's children out there that think that way, unfortunately. And then some people wonder, what kind of children did I really raise here so that doing this, you know? Gail Gills, how are you, darling? Rose May in the house. Laurel in the house. Laurel said, good morning, Simply Sweet Vision, everyone. Wishing you a blessed birthday. It's not my birthday, Laurel. My birthday is not to the month of May. Jesus, I said March. May is my birthday, darling. But good morning. Peggy's asking, did you all know Walmart takes out insurance on their employees without their knowledge? What? What do you mean without their knowledge? What kind of crap is that, Peggy? But isn't that against the law? So wait. If Walmart is taking out insurance on their employees without their knowledge, if that person dies, who profiting the money? Walmart? That's scary. I never heard that before, though. But Jesus, has anybody else heard that? You're supposed to know. I know, okay, like my job, right? When we sign up for benefits, health insurance and all those things, when the enrollment time comes around, they give you free 2 different accidental life insurance and then another one. But you got to know, you got to click the box to accept it. Like, okay, you accept it. It's free. Why would you accept it, right? But what? But Walmart, that's against the law though, Peggy. People should be suing them for the ones that find out that they're doing that. Because Walmart going to profit the money? Because their name probably is on that document, right? As a beneficiary. You got to put beneficiaries, right? You got to put beneficiaries when you enroll or when you accept insurance, right? If you want to put a beneficiary, then you crazy. What's the reason you take the insurance for if you're not going to put beneficiaries? But I mean, at Walmart is a beneficiary on that policy. Hey, Jesus, we've heard it all. I never heard about that one though, Peggy. Peggy said, I know children go for their parents' head because they know they're insured. And they do, yes. They mastermind things. Look at those two boys that were, oh God, I can't remember what state it was. They had plotted, two sons, right? They had plotted to comply their parents over insurance money, over the money that they were going to get. They had really come up with that mastermind plan, and they almost did it too. They even came up with that plan to comply them, even burn the house, burn the whole house and all. I don't know. But the mother is the one who was able to call 911 when they had the father in the garage, already done wounding him in certain places, but then the mother, like, she had run away. And when in the room, they called 911, and when the lady was asking her, where are they now, what are they doing? She said she think they're looking for her, because they say, where did mom go, where did mom go? Yeah, I heard that little clip, and I was like, oh my God. And they forgave them. They forgave them children. Well, I mean, you know, after the fact, what are they going to do, right? They got arrested, but the parents forgave them, you know. Grace said, cooking remind me on ex-husband. When he wanted to cook, he used half bottle of oil and such a big amount of salt. He was able to eat it. He ate it alone, Grace, with all that salt in there. Lord have mercy. I think my ex cooked once, and I told him, you know what, don't try it again. I mean, and it's okay, I will cook, because he never used to cook either. But that one thing that he wanted to cook, I wouldn't suspect nothing suspicious of the, nah, because, you know, I mean, that's way, way back when, you know what I mean? They're talking about probably down 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. You know, before, honestly, I don't know about you guys, but before, years back, no, these kind of thoughts never come in my head. I think that we only hear these things on TV anyways, when people would do such, you know what I mean? But us personally, you never think about people doing this kind of wicked stuff to people until you hear these things on TV or watch a show where these things happen, you know? But that is crazy. Yeah, men will tap in the salt in there. The best bet for them is don't put no salt, right? I would rather eat the food with no salt, okay? Because even me, when I cook rice, I lay off the salt, to be honest. I don't even put salt in my rice, darling. Peggy said, yes, Walmart do. You don't have to know, I guess. You give them your information so they manipulate it. Oh, Jesus. They collect if you're unalive. It was on the internet. Oh, my God. That is just wrong. What about the families? If that person is unalive, the families is one who should benefit from any insurance policy. That's not right. And how can they get away with that? But you know the fine print, right? They probably got them people signing something when they're filling out on them paperwork, not probably giving them rights to do that, and the people ain't reading the fine print. You know, something to say, okay, go in and fill out the information, go in and put all your details, if you want health insurance, this and that and that. Some people just gonna start checking without reading the fine print, without reading some of them boxes. Yes, I accept. They don't know what the hell they accepted. Wow. Because they know that that could be a lawsuit on them if it's illegally done. So then they can go back in their paperwork and say, okay, but no. John accepted here. The box is checked. He accepted. Yep, I agree. That's why it's good to read the fine print of certain things if you can. Or you should read it all the damn time anyways. Johnny Joe said, never heard about that. You're supposed to know who's taking all insurance on you, which is a fact. But you know, a lot of husbands out there, men out there do that. They take out insurance, darling, on the wife, sometimes on the children, everybody in the house. And the wife don't even know that they did it, darling, until they know why they took it out. Because they plan to compile that whole family, or even just the wife, and cash in on that life insurance. And the wife didn't know that no life insurance was out on them. They ain't know a damn thing. Many men do that. Many husbands, I should say, does that kind of stuff, darling. Julie Peter can't see you. Many may not nobody in our circle, whether it's your sister, you know, immediate family. But there's people on the outside that does those things. You don't hear it until something happened, and then it's shared on the news, on the internet. There's these kind of things that are going on. But this Walmart one, never heard about it. Peggy said the family doesn't know there's an insurance on their family. But Peggy, if you saw it a few days ago, did somebody expose them? Did somebody come up and talk about it? Or somebody read fine print somewhere and realized that that's what they're doing? Because I'm curious now. Because I never hear about that. Jesus. That's crazy. Super crazy. I won't want to work for them then. You want to make they're doing that for every employee? Can you imagine? And then, oh God, that's just wrong. I'm sorry to say, boy, that's wrong. Because if they're doing that for everyone, then my God, nobody don't go work for Walmart. Because I wonder if they're doing it for every employee that comes along and work for them. Or do you have to work for a certain amount of time, maybe 60 days or something, before that will be activated? Jesus. Thank God that they are not my children. Thank God that my children never went and work for them. Because that, to me, that should be a lawsuit against them. If you find out after the fact, even if the person was never on the life or died, the fact that you find out that they did it, you should be able to take action against them, especially if you didn't know. But like I said, the way how these people operate, they will want to bring back up documents showing where you agreed to this and that, and you didn't even know what you were agreeing to. Because once people start to fill out applications and all this rubber paperwork for jobs, sometimes they just start going, I said, they're so happy that they got this job. Even if it's a job that paying them $30 per hour, oh God, they're excited. And they just check the box to get through without realizing. Christian Grounds, good morning. Seems to be listening to you in the car on my way back to Miami from God. Okay, darling. All right. Hope you enjoy your time there. I don't know why I was thinking that you was going and coming back to staying there, but that's good. Hope you had a wonderful weekend there, darling. Yes, my people. That's the first though, Peggy. Thanks for sharing that. Because Mark did apply there when he was looking for a little part-time job over the summer. So, could you imagine? And parents would not know. Even if your children go and work there, you know, when they're like 16 or 18 or whatever, you don't know what the hell going on. You know? That's just wrong. But I don't think that they probably do that for people that just started working there. And they don't even know if people are going to stay for even 6 months good. You know what I mean? Maybe they probably take it out after a certain period of time. But it's still wrong. Still wrong for any job to even do that without the knowledge of the person or the family knowing. That's wrong though. I wonder how many people they cash out, got their life insurance premium. That's terrible. Because you know that there's probably some people that were working there for a while and they probably, is it only if they were occupied or even if they had other natural causes of death? Oh God, that's terrible, Jesus. That's not good at all. Beware of Walmart. Obviously, someone exposed it. Hey. Okay. Peggy said, now you see how some companies got richer. But Simi Beach of Walmart is doing it. Can you imagine how many other rich people are doing such things? You're right. That's what I'm saying now. That's not good though. That's terrible. People need to revisit some of these clauses and all these kind of things, boy. Jasmine, see you, darling. Linda Muhammad said, good morning, Sweet Peach. People who think and do evil things like that forget to realize something could happen to them before they can collect the insurance money Well, true, but a company like Walmart, that's a big corporation, you know what I mean? They're gonna collect no matter what. Cause if the higher up say happen to them, somebody under them, they got people under them and all of that. And if for me personally, if I was working there and I found that out, I don't know, I would get a lawyer because I mean, especially if I felt like I didn't sign nothing, but it will start going through my mind. Remember that thing that you say you accept too? You accept this one and you didn't read it fully? That's how they just get people. And a lot of people is fall into that, where they don't read certain things and then these things come back on them. They can't do nothing. Because it was said here. It was said there. You did not. You accepted and you signed. Oh, God. Grace is saying some life insurance is very bad. Yeah, many people will do a lot of stuff when it comes to life insurance here, especially the ones that go and take out $500,000 life insurance policies on their significant others or their parents, you know what I mean? Or $1 million policy. You take $1 million policy or $500,000, be careful who you mention it to, yeah, especially if it's somebody that is going to gain from it. You gotta be careful. I know that you might have to mention it to somebody, but just be careful with those things. You could put people's name on beneficiary things. I think on my work, okay, I wanted to put my daughter, I wanted to put my children on there, but I needed to write my daughter's address again because she had given it to me, but from scrolling in text messages, right? I didn't actually write it. So I had to text her and be like, hey, you know, I need to put beneficiaries here for this. Send me your address. But I know my children won't do no nonsense like that. Okay, Linda. Okay. You're talking about the family members. Okay, I see now. Yeah, you're right. Grace said true. Going lawyers is becoming worse. What do you mean, Grace? And the lawyers, and lawyers into that too? They shouldn't be though. I mean, when people take a life insurance policy, they could put whoever they want to be beneficiary on there, right? If they got 5 kids and they choose to no, exclude these 3. Cause I know these particular 3, they would definitely comply me just to get my money. They could only put on 2 on there, right? The 2 that they know are the 2 good children that is not going to comply them for their money. The other 3 that don't want to work, are just sitting down and waiting for a handout. Yeah, them is the ones that can come after me. So don't put them on there. They're not supposed to get nothing even if I die in a car accident, right? Some people do them things, right? Because again, some children are just, I don't know. You raise them from small, you don't know how. You hope and pray that they continue to go down the straight path and not going to do evil, wicked things, but sometimes you never know. Sometimes they get involved in certain companies, certain people that put things in their head, right? Things that they would never thought about. Peggy's saying that Linda Muhammad, don't you realize it's a business and a business? So if one in the company dies, the money goes to the business on and on. Exactly, that's what I'm saying too. Because there's, you know, with these businesses, even if the owner of the business is 70, they already done got these things set in place where somebody else under that person there so gonna take over. That somebody else under that other person gonna take over. Or it's like a trail, right? It's never ending. That's why when owners of businesses die or pass away, the businesses don't close because somebody else gonna step in, whether it's the father, whether it's the grandson, whether it just trickled down, you know what I mean? Or other people that had invested in that same business as well step in also. Grace is saying some people, they work for some life insurance. If they get people for life insurance, they get big amount of money. They cheat a lot. Yeah, there's plenty things out there, darling, that people are doing that they're cheating. Whether they're cheating the government, whether they're cheating the system. Darling, it's been around for years and years. And it ain't never going to stop. Trust me. It's not going to stop. Because again, there's just people out there that does a lot of dishonest stuff. And they're probably doing it because they're getting money or whatever they're gaining from it. And you know what? It's not going to stop, darling. There's always going to be these people that will think that they can come and just manipulate the systems or manipulate things. You know what I mean? You know how many people years back that I heard of that might be working in the, let's say, the full stamp government offices, right? That they know how to tell their family and friends how to manipulate certain things. You know how many people there that were, when I was living in New York, there were so many people that were on food stamps with government assistance in a whole, but they're working, but they can't pay on the table, they get cash payments. So there's no way to trace the cash payments because they're not getting no check, ain't nothing going direct deposit into their bank account. They're just getting cash in their hands. And those are the people that were still taking plenty from the government. Food stamps, cash assistance. Some of them were even on housing assistance and all. They did that a lot. And if they did it a lot when I was living in New York, trust me, it ain't stop. They're going to still continue to do it. And it's unfortunate, but that's their business. I know that I am not interested in getting involved in that now. No, I ain't come to this country to go to jail for no fraudulent activities like that. Hell no. I'm not saying I never take food stamp from government. I did, but I did it when I really needed it. You know what I mean? And even if I was working, but the money was not enough to, in my eyes, to cover all, I would still tell them, okay, this way working, this way making, this way expensive. I paying this amount in rent, like bill, gas bill, whatever bill. And if they choose to say, okay, ma'am, you want to qualify for $200, no problem, I'll take it. Because I know I could still buy something for my some sort of food to put in the house for my children. You know what I mean? But cash part, cash assistance, you let that cash assistance stay right there. I need that, boy. Oh, you know, so she's asking, is Liz okay? I haven't seen her in a while. And Peggy thinking just sent me because she crossed my mind this morning. As soon as I went and opened up the blinds behind me this morning, for some reason she came to my mind. And I think I thought of her last week as well, or the week before, because I was saying I haven't seen her. I haven't. She's probably okay, darling. I think I saw her on the preaching line. Maybe 2 Sundays ago, maybe. I think I saw her type there one Sunday. And I might be wrong. It might have been 3. So I'm not sure, Peggy. Hopefully she is. Yeah. But I haven't seen her, like, even after we finish. You know, some people might just still come and like, or right in there, they keep missing or whatever. So I don't know. And I had somebody call me already saying that they couldn't even get on my live this morning. And I still didn't see the person show up either. So only God knows, darling, what's going on. I don't even like bother me no more. I just come and we just chat, darling, just go our way. You know what I mean? What time is it? Why would this? One moment, guys. Let me see if there's something important here. Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Carol Marshall?
Who's calling?
Even also notes on the recorded, monitored, and analyzed for compliance and trust.
Okay, well, you call me back in about 30 minutes. Well, no, yeah, 30 minutes. Okay. Sorry, guys, I saw that strange number. I wasn't sure who it might be. Yeah, so hopefully she's all right, darling. Yeah, so maybe she's busy working, you know. Good morning, Auntie. How are you? Benta, how are you doing, darling? Hope all is well. Grace said, one moment, let me open back up. Grace is saying it's better not to make life insurance if there is money for every month or pay for life insurance. Better to get apartment and invest the money for apartment. Well, Grace, a lot of people get life insurance too when they have children, you know, like when they have children out there, their grandchildren. They just want to be able to leave something for them. A lot of people do it for that reason. But even if you got a life insurance because you got some kids or grandkids, you don't have to tell them nothing. Because guess what? If you got their name down as beneficiary, if something happened to you, then they're gonna reach out to the children, right? That's why they want you to put the name of the persons, their address, phone numbers, because if anything happened to you, they're supposed to reach out to them, right? So nothing wrong with that. I mean, you could still have your life insurance and still do investment in other properties, businesses, whatever, at your discretion, you know. But it's good to have, again, for the purposes as well, even when you pass. You know how many people died and the family had no money to even bury them? They had to depend on the government or have to go and take out loans just to bury their mother or father because they had the money. And you know, to bury, if you want to give your family a good burial, decent at least, it costs a lot of money, darling. It ain't cheap. It's expensive to bury somebody, you know. I didn't realize that not till, you know. And my parents died, you know what I mean? And that was in Barbados when they needed to be buried in Barbados. So imagine in America and probably UK, it probably costs a lot of money too to bury somebody. Like I said, you probably want decent burial. You know what I mean? Because some people will just say, you know what, just give me the cheapest casket and just don't even worry about the flowers. People that come to the funeral will bring some wreaths. You know what I mean? So to each his own, darling. But I don't see nothing wrong with life insurance, to be honest. Me and my ex had a life insurance policy. I'm going to say had, because obviously his is not in place anymore. You know what I mean? So I stopped mine too. Because why? He was the beneficiary on that one. And when we had that, let me think about it. I think we had 2 kids at that time, darling. It was only my oldest and my daughter and my oldest son. But I do have now, and yeah, but that's just one of those things, you know what I mean? Because let me tell you, there's plenty of people out there that was married and they had life insurance together, and that life insurance policy still continued. They still continue to take out the money until that ex remember what that life insurance policy and try to compare that ex-wife, or vice versa, you know? So these are things that you got to stay on top. When you're no longer together, you better start remembering what you got out there, especially life insurance. Sometimes them men want even compare, sometimes the women too, want to compare their ex. When they ain't ex yet, but they know that they're going to soon to be exes, right? And plenty things that goes on. We don't hear about everything, but some things we do hear about. All depends on what is put out there on the internet. Look at this Walmart thing. I would have never believed that that's saying that Walmart would be doing. You know what I mean? Because to me, I feel like that is illegal to be doing that. That's not right. Now, they should be able to take out no life insurance on no employees without them even knowing, without their family even knowing, without their family being the beneficiary. Seriously? But Walmart is a beneficiary? Nah, that's not even right. I could see something like accidental insurance. And even in accidental insurance, the family should still benefit, you know? Because accidental insurance, if there's an accident happen on a job and that person die, yeah, well, Mark probably figuring that every person die on their job that they got pay out. I don't know. Because accidental insurance to me on a job, your family should still benefit from it. Whether you lose your life, if you lose your life, the accidental insurance should kick in and pay for all your medical bills is what should happen at that point. You know what I mean? But I don't know how they got their set up. But obviously, they're a big operation. You know that they work through lawyers. And you know that whatever they got written is legit. You know that whatever they make them employees sign and accept and check the box is legit. Because they're not going to do that for people to come and get a no lawsuit. Do you know how many employees will come and get Walmart a lawsuit if they find out that Walmart took out insurance on them, life insurance, without their knowledge? Plenty lawsuits. Yep. So when they come back and they say, look, you accepted here on August the 1st, when you fill out that paperwork, you check the box. You accepted, you accepted, you accepted. That's how they get a lot of people. You accepted it without reading it. Is that Walmart fault that you didn't read it? You shouldn't read it, right? So I'm sure that that's probably how this get a lot of people. And then that person that went and got a lawyer, and lawyer smell up, Walmart produced the paperwork showing that you checked the box to agree. What are they gonna do next? Can't do a damn thing. They can't take that to the court because the paperwork is there, right? And the other companies do that, we don't even know. You know what I mean? Because you don't know until one of them, somebody on the job that find out, probably just come and say it or put it out there, you know what I mean? So only God knows. Does Target do that? Does Publix do that? Does all these people do that? I don't know. I think that on anybody's job, where it comes to people using forklifts and anything where they gotta go on ladders and stuff like that, yes, there should be some sort of accidental insurance. But should the company benefit from it? No. The company should use that in case the employee falls from a high height and they didn't die, but they need serious medical care, right? That will cost a lot of money. That's when accidental insurance will kick in on the job. But not where as if somebody died that the company gonna gain from that. No, hell no. That's not right. If somebody dies on somebody's job, the family that is now out of that income is the ones that should be gaining. My own opinion. But everybody does things differently, you know what I mean? But as a company, I'm sure that a lot of companies got that in place because they know that they can get sued, you know? Yeah. If these things happen and you pocket the money. Suppose there's a poor family that can't even bury their significant other or one of their family members. You want to be Walmart pocket the money or another company, and then the family got to depend on the government to bury their significant others? No. Or whatever savings they got put aside, you understand what I'm saying? Because some people don't put aside no money in case of their death, and they got to be buried. They just leave that burden on their family members. That's why a lot of people is just end up in a boarded up box that somebody put together. Tommy that live in the neighborhood as a carpenter just box up some wood and stuff for a coffin, and some of them end up going down in them things, you know what I mean? And you still got paid for that too, because Tommy still got to get paid, you know what I mean? So, yeah, still the things that people should think about, but, you know, if it's somebody that ain't got much, barely working for much money, are they going to be able to put aside them kind of money? You know, it's not easy. But you call it life. Because I think that in some places, my dad saying some of them caskets is like $10,000. Some is $10,000 just for casket, and ain't got nothing to do with nothing else yet. You know? So, you know, it is what it is, my people. So just beware, be square, and know that anything in this life is possible. Not saying that nobody should go there and trust their husbands or their wives or whatever, but you know that when things start going bad in marriages, right? You know people just get vindictive and they want to do all kind of evil. Some people, not everybody, some people just walk away and just say, go walk away and live your life and I live mine. But some others, they just want to come up with a vengeance and start doing some evil, wicked things to the other person. We saw it all here on this social media. You think that don't happen to a lot of other people? Yes, it does. Plenty other people, them things happen to. You know, look at that other one. He not gonna stop till his ex was kapaya or in jail. And then people like, in jail? In jail for what? It didn't even make no sense. That's my whole point, you know? So, there's just some people like that. Kudos to the people that is just saying, you know what, okay, no problem. You want a divorce, that's fine. You go your separate way, I go my separate way. We divide everything, no problem. I'll be out such and such a time. No problem. Put the house up for sale, up for whatever. When the deal go through, yes, we gotta both come and sign. We don't need to talk to each other. You understand? Just leave and go in peace and live in peace. You don't want to be out there living and you don't know that ex that you had from hell. You don't know if you can walk down the street. You don't know if you're going to park your car in a dark area in a parking lot. You don't want to live like that. Just live in peace. Be in peace. Don't sit and tell no man, you know what? I gave you all my years from young. And this and that. We got 3 children and now you want to do this to me and you. Darling, even if you argue with them about that because you're upset at that moment, still live in peace. No problem. No problem. You do you. Because a lot of them just live to regret it. A lot of them just want to come back. When the other woman that they thought that things were going to work out so perfectly, that other woman is so much better than you. She can cook better than you. She's better and better than you. All these nice spicy things that are going on over there. So don't worry, Lee, go ahead. So Grace and Miss there, Mama Massa in Life page. Please pass my regards. There's Sister Miss Sweet Peach there. Sister Mama Massa, Kamar Church Life. Mostly I cannot join, but I try to listen later. Okay, Grace, I understand. And that's a lot of people, darling. But know that Mama did not come on yesterday. She wasn't on live yesterday. So, but yes, I do see that you comment on the video after. Even if it's the day after, I see that you're going to watch it. So that is wonderful. But yes, my people. Know when to hold and when to fold. You see that woman that was diluting her urine and putting in the iron? That's why I said me. I wouldn't even have done that. Because what if? Let me just say what if. I mean, he wouldn't have no proof. But what if he had found out that she's doing that, right? Even when she was doing it, or even after the fact, he could have tried to do something to her too, right? But again, he probably would have thought to himself, you know what? It got to be her that was putting something in there on my clothes, because every time I come to iron my clothes, the iron is already full. It already got in water in it. That's weird. You know what I mean? But like I said, some men not smart enough to think like that. Oh God, Grace said divorce time, such a hard time, but they do not want to get separated and live in peace. A lot of them, Grace. Some people that are not argumentative, darling, will just say no problem. That's fine, no problem. You want to divorce, no problem. We'll go our separate ways in peace, right? Because as you start to argue with some of them people, they get very upset and worse could happen. Yes, but Peggy, that happened, and that happened last month or sometime back like that. I think I had heard about that, but I think that was probably about 4 weeks ago or so, I think, or probably a little more than that. Grace is saying today, I thank living God, Jesus Christ, for 19 years of my freedom, darling. Clap your hand, thank God, because only God knows what you went through over there in the house, right? Only God knows what you went through in that marriage. So yes, you just got to thank God, darling, that he on the other side of town, somewhere living his life, you living yours. And you're probably much happier than when you were in that marital home, right? So yes, thank God. Thank God. Because I did too. When mine was gone, separated, darling, I thank God, you know, yes, it happened in a way that I never thought it would, but nobody knows what the future holds, right? Nobody. I don't care if you think you got the perfect marriage now. Nobody knows what the future holds. Because sometimes you think you got the perfect marriage or the perfect husband or the perfect wife. But sometimes life happens, you know, things happens. And if it didn't or it doesn't, kudos, and that's wonderful. But nobody knows what the future holds and what could happen in this life. But if something does happen and you on your own, whether you're on your own with your children or by yourself, sometimes you realize that the peace that you have now and being able to make your own decisions, whether it's financially or whatever, sometimes you feel more at ease and better. And that is what happened to me, you know. But again, we call that life, right? And we just move on, live our life, trust God, and trust the process is what you got to do. Grace said 18 years with him, hard time. Now 19 years of divorce. Okay then. And you are okay, right, Grace? And God's still keeping you and will continue to keep you until he said it's your time. So 18 years of marriage, 19 years divorce. Wow, look at that, right? And then the question is, Grace, did he find what he was looking for? Is he more happier? Only God knows. You know what I mean? Only God knows. And even if he is, to each his own, that's his business. All you know is that you live in your life, right? And you trust in God and everything. Emma, I see you in there, darling. You still can't type. Oh, God, what a shame. Thank God for emojis. At least you just go there. You could just tap it, right, and let it go. But I see you, darling. Hope you're doing okay. So my people, it's 8:40. Let me start the plan to head out. Thank you all so much for joining in. And no matter what you do, just, always trust God. Trust God in everything here. When you suspect something, when you feel weird about something, trust your instincts as well, because those are just, the instincts that God gave you right there. So to know that something is not right here. I trust God. Oh, I trust in God. I'm going to say only in the Lord. So, one moment. Oh, stop it. Grace said, one moment. Grace is saying, when I wanted to go, he said always no, no. But I was so happy he applied. Oh, so you're the one that wanted to go. Well, Grace, that was just your mind telling you right there, that it's not right. It's not working out, Some people don't know when it's not working out to just let go. They try their best to keep it going and to fight to make it work. But something still ends up happening that still ends up making them break. You know what I mean? Peggy said, move on and have a better life. Amen to that. You just said it, Peggy. Move on and have a better life. But a lot of people get fearful, is what I'm going to call it. Love you too, Emma. A lot of people get fearful that, oh, if I move on, how's it going to work out? Am I going to be able to make it? Am I going to be able to pay this? What if I lose my job? What am I going to do next? I got these 2 children. I got these 3 children. I got these 4 children. Oh, God, what am I going to do? And they get this fear in them that make them want to stay there. And it still becomes more toxic. And the man still, I don't believe it. You understand what I'm saying? So you just got to trust God and don't start effing what if. What if you just trust God? What if you just trust God? You know what I mean? What if you just do that? Because for me, when everybody say, how are you going to do this? How are you going to move back to Florida and take care of your children? And how are you going to do this? How are you going to? I'm going to trust God. I'm going to trust God. It'll be all right. Even when my manager in Virginia thought it was crazy because I wasn't getting no transfers, like meaning nobody was picking up her requests. And I tell her, you know what, Mary, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to leave. She said, but you didn't get no transfer yet. I said, that's okay. I'm still going to leave. I'm going to look for a job when I get to Florida. And she said, are you sure? And I said, yes, that's what I'm going to do. And you see what I did? I trust God. And even when I came to her and I told her that I didn't get no transfer, they had no jobs lined up yet to come back to Florida. And what did I do? A few days before I was supposed to move, I told you guys I decided to call the store. Call one of the same locations that I work at, but in Florida. And when I had to talk to the manager, and he got on the phone, and I said, you know, I am a single parent with 3 kids. I told him he had my kids. My manager's trying now for about a month and a half now to try to get me a transfer. Nobody's picking up the transfer at no locations. And I'm calling to see if you got any openings, even if it's just 2 days to start. I don't mind doing 2 days and then, transitioning in or, And he said, okay. And he asked me what store number I worked at. I told him. And he said, okay, you know what? Call me back and let me see what I can do. And that was it. Because I already trusted God. I already told her I was going to go. I'm going to leave. And I said, God, I'm going to work it out. I'm going to trust God. She said, are you sure? Because she was concerned now, you know. Are you sure? I said, I'm sure. Grace said, yes, he was having always other, and he's with other women. Yeah. And he wanted you to sit down there and stay in that, right? Well, he running both with other women. Thanks, Peggy. See you. Ruby from Detroit, Michigan. Look, he want you to sit down there while he running around with other women and take that shucks, right? There you go. But you wanted, that was not for you. That was not God's plan for you, Grace. So I would want to go too, because what am I here for? What am I here as a wife for you? And you still want to be running around with other women. Next thing you know, you come and get some sickness, some illness, right? No, you got to know when to go. And make that decision and say, I'm going to trust God and I'm going to go. All right? Whoever said my marriage broke, okay, so what? It's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. He is happy or not, I do not know. But I can tell you, God's time is the best time. Amen. Annie Mullin said, there is 3 stages in marriage. First, engagement ring, marriage ring, then suffering. Jesus, you are right, darling. And everybody out there don't sustain suffering. Not everybody, but you know, there might be different types of suffering. Suffering don't always mean beating on you or the person going out and cheating with other women, right? They got other type of sufferings, right? But I like that, Annie, and that's a fact. Phyllis said, sometimes you have to make a decision to break your heart, but brings you peace. Amen, darling. Exactly. And when that happens, don't worry about who said what. Who say your marriage didn't work out? Oh, they were only married for 5 years, did it? But they got you now, she leave, all this, and don't worry about that. Let them talk. Because them over there, so, them suffering bad and taking all kind of nonsense. Meanwhile, you gone, you live in peace, and your life is better. You can breathe. You ain't got no more black circles on your eye from the stress and the agony and all this. You understand, and the headaches and all this. When the man ain't coming home for 2 and 3 days, he at some other woman's house and not. No. Grace, I am happy. None of the children, they can blame me for separation. Amen. Oh God, guys, I gotta go. But thank you all so much for really, Grace, he was running around. Other women wanted me to be there at work. Sorry, darling. Oh, yes, indeed, Marge. We live in a throwaway society, including relationship, darling. It all depends on what happened, right? You got to throw it away sometimes. All depends on what's going on. So then you got to throw it away, darling, okay? Especially for them women out there, getting beat up every day. Every night that man come home, you don't got the dinner ready, or the food ain't taste to his liking, or your house ain't clean. Even though you ain't work, yeah, he want you to come home from work and clean the house and cook. Or he shirt and iron the next day or something. All of you women are getting beat up. You got to leave before you end up kapai somewhere, okay? You got to leave. Know when to leave and when to walk away. And when he come and beg back for you, he ain't gonna do it again. He lying. He lying. He gonna do it again, okay? Don't fool yourself. But I love you all. I'll see you guys Wednesday morning by the grace of God. Enjoy your day. And remember, no matter what you do in this life, trust God, because God is the one who got everything planned out for us, not man. Trust God. See you guys. Bye-bye.